For years, Sarah lived a life muted by a constant internal hum and the quiet dread of missing out. Her days were filled with the everyday rhythms of work and family, but underneath it all, a growing anxiety pulsed. She'd find herself leaning in, straining to catch words, often responding with a polite but empty smile, hoping no one noticed she hadn't heard a thing. Social gatherings, once a joy, became a source of quiet torment. The world seemed to move on, leaving her just a step behind, constantly guessing, constantly fearing judgment. The breaking point came during a family dinner, a lively affair where laughter and stories flowed freely. Sarah misheard her niece's excited question, giving a completely unrelated answer, and saw the confused, then pitying glances. A wave of heat rushed over her. It wasn't just the ever-present internal ringing that made it hard to focus on external sounds. It was the crushing weight of embarrassment, the feeling of being disconnected, isolated in a room full of loved ones. That night, sleep offered no escape, only the relentless internal noise and the echo of her own humiliation. Determined to reclaim her life, Sarah embarked on a frustrating quest for answers. She tried various eardrops, followed endless online forums suggesting everything from dietary changes to complex exercises, and even considered invasive procedures. Each attempt brought a fleeting spark of hope, only to be extinguished by the persistent internal hum and the continued difficulty in understanding conversations. The stress mounted, her concentration at work suffered, and the joy seemed to drain from her favorite activities. She found herself retreating, avoiding situations where her hearing might betray her, feeling more and more trapped in a silent, embarrassing prison. Just as despair began to settle in, a friend, noticing Sarah's quiet withdrawal, shared a discovery. A natural approach that promised not just to quiet the internal noise, but to support overall hearing clarity. It was called AUDIFORT Formula. Sarah was skeptical, having been disappointed so many times before, but the idea of a natural, plant-based solution free from harsh chemicals offered a new kind of hope. She researched the ingredients, learning about how they were designed to target the root causes of neural damage and inflammation, pathways that could be affecting her hearing and the incessant ringing. With a cautious optimism, Sarah began taking AUDIFORT Formula daily. The first few weeks were subtle, but then a shift began. The relentless internal buzzing started to soften, becoming less intrusive. Gradually, the world around her began to sharpen. Conversations became clearer, requiring less effort. She noticed details in music she hadn't heard in years. The constant anxiety that had clung to her like a shadow started to dissipate, replaced by a newfound calm. Her sleep improved dramatically, no longer haunted by the internal clamor, allowing her mind to feel refreshed and focused during the day. The greatest change, though, was internal. The embarrassment faded, replaced by confidence. Today, Sarah thrives. She's back to her lively self, fully engaged in family discussions, confidently participating in work meetings, and enjoying social outings without the fear of misunderstanding or judgment. The internal noise is a distant memory, and her hearing clarity allows her to connect with the world in a way she thought was lost forever. She laughs more easily, listens more intently, and lives with a peace she hadn't known in years. AUDIFORT Formula didn't just help her hearing, it gave her back her life, free from the shadow of embarrassment. Just like Sarah, you don't have to live with the embarrassment and frustration of hearing challenges. You can reclaim your peace, your clarity, and your confidence. If you're ready to experience this same profound transformation and rediscover the joy of clear hearing and a quiet mind, then AUDIFORT Formula could be the natural breakthrough you've been searching for. The link to learn more and get your own AUDIFORT Formula is right here in the description below. Take the first step towards a life where you hear clearly and live freely.